What's up, everybody? It's the 85 Trader giving you guys my trades for today. I almost forgot to do this recap today because I went out, had drinks, I came back, I was getting ready to go to sleep, and I was like, wait a minute, I got to do this recap. But today I ended up plus 87.31. At the commission, 74.29 and ECN fees, so that's like another $6. I'm looking at right around 60, give or take $60 net P&L. So today I made some mistakes. I was actually up 155 today. Gave some of my profit back. I messed up, y'all. So let's talk about YNDX first. So YNDX, in the chat room, I think I talked about this in another video. We have the strategy called the Rising Devil. Basically, when the stock price has gapped down significantly and the moving averages are aligned, the price action will squeeze up on the squeeze because since the price action is going down, shorts have to cover at some point. When market opens, they cover. It pushes the price action up. Then you can get in for an entry at the top and you ride that momentum back down as other orders are hit. So that is the strategy that I went with today. And a lot of times that move happens within the first 5 minutes, even though I do not trade in the first 5 minutes. But I did today. But had I waited, I definitely would have got a more significant move. And that's just, I still made 1% on my account. So at the open, I went short 200 shares after the price action squeezed up to the 20 moving average on the 2-minute on YNDX, and I covered everything in 2 steps because I felt like the price action was stalling a little bit. On the 1 minute, even though I freaking misread this, I made a mistake. Price action sold off enough for me to probably, let's see, my average was probably around 32-ish. So 200 shares, 32. Yeah, so that was 70 cents. So with 200 shares, that was $140. So I left a lot. Let me see, 30, 20, 70 cents. Yeah, 70 cents, give or take. So I left quite a bit on the table, even if I covered everything there. But then I took YNDX to the long side. I went 400, and I covered in 3 steps there. And I made 37.16 to the long side on YNDX. But had I waited for the 5 minutes, had I waited for it to go past, like I normally do, I could have caught this move as it went down. As you guys can see, it rolled over from 31.91 in a clinging price action move all the way down to 29.20. So that's something I definitely messed up on. Would have got a very nice move to the down, a very nice clean wash down to the downside. And I just missed out on that. SES, I tried to take open range breakup on that. Again, I traded in the first 5 minutes. I had the right idea, but I was too early. Got to stop trading in the first 5 minutes. I get a little anxious, but I knew this was going to be a crapshoot. Meaning it was a low flow. There's a possibility it could come back down. I went long 75 shares. Lost $18 on it. I think 14.25. That pop did happen somewhat, but it came back down. But the pop that was really the one that I wanted was started around 9:38. You guys can see right here on the 5 minute. Made it a hell right here and made that U shape that I looked for. It definitely would have been a nice pop. That would have been almost a point. 70 shares, I'd have made probably around about $55-$60. Definitely was a good trade, but I was just too early. And then the price action ended up making a nice move up there before it finally sold off pretty hard. Now, Fast was the one where I missed out. I missed out big time on Fast. Open range breakup went strong, and then I looked for the rollover because I do like when the price action is pushing up. It's in a trend, but the non-moving average and the 20 and the 50 are in line, but the non-moving average is under VWAP because what happened is the price action gets extended, people begin to sell, and that price action eventually comes down through VWAP, touches the 9, touches the 20, and so on and so forth. In this case, the furthest we got was VWAP. So I took the trade. I found the U pattern. It gave the parabola. It started to roll over. I went short, I think, let me see, 350 shares. I stopped out. I covered a little too early. I could have got a little bit more out of that. Gave me an opportunity to get a little bit more. But you see how it definitely could have went down. But it gapped up pretty good. And that's when it consolidated, and then it finally went back to the upside. So I felt that coming, and then I covered. But I took it to the long side because I don't have my levels on here. There was a level here at 35.91 where the price action kind of stopped here, and then it went down. And I think it was right around in here somewhere. But I took a long trade, 35.70, 200 shares. And the reason I covered is because I felt like my entry I was chasing. I felt like I chased the stock price. I mean the price action because I didn't like how big of this gap was my risk to reward. So this was my risk, and I felt like technically this was my reward. So it was a 1-to-1 almost. Even though on the 1 minute I could have stopped out below 35.43, that was about 30 cents at 35.90. Had it blew through and went down to 35.90, because that would have been a logical stop, would have been the next 1 minute low. Or in my case, if really it should have been probably either 35.47, when it made a somewhat of a new 2 minute low based on the wick or the body of the candle, or the wick itself would have been 35.30. So that was a significant amount that I would have lost had I held that. So I went ahead and got out, and that's when the price action went from 35.70 for my entry all the way up to 36.46. So I lost around about 60 to 70 cents on that move. With 200 shares, that was over. That could have been at least $60 that I could have made, or probably more than that. I missed out. Then I came back and I started taking shorts. I thought that being that this wash down happened, we could have went lower. As soon as this 5-minute print came, I went short again, jumped the gun, 35.38, 300 shares, and I stopped out at 35.35. So that's 17 cents that I lost. So that's 17 cents on 300. That's $51. I think I lost. I lost $51 on that. Then the price action squeezed up where I should have taken it, which is where I did. 35.52, 300, 35.51. I made $3 on that. And that's where I made most of my money. I mean, that's where I made some of that money back. And then I came back long thinking, okay, by this time I'm thinking it's going to go for a long. I went long 200 at 36.14, looking for that pop above high of day, 35.52. Then it came back down, and I said, okay, let me add to my position because I got a good entry. This is a pretty safe add here. You guys can see on the 1 minute came down. It didn't break the, the 20? I think that's the 20. It didn't break the 20. I added another 200, so I had 400 shares, and it popped up. I think I was up $20, and it came back down. And that's when I stopped out at 36.06. So I want to say I lost maybe, let me see, 36.14, 36.08. That's probably the average is probably 36.10, 36.11, something like that. So I might have lost, $15, $20 on that. So no big deal. And that's when the price action somewhat rolled over, and then it consolidated, and then it started to make that move to the upside. And it wasn't a significant move, but it definitely would have made me some money had I held it from the 36 area. So, either way, more than 1% on my account, which is good. Just I'm still making mistakes. I'm still learning. Trading is a learning process, right? You don't really know everything with trading, just like a lot of stuff. You're constantly learning. So, had I held this, would have made more. YNDX was definitely one that I felt like I jumped the gun. But the first 5 minutes, that's kind of why I don't trade the first 5 minutes, because I feel like I always either get in, even though I make money sometimes over the course of like if I'm doing like a test of how many trades are profitable versus which ones are not. I think over time in the first 5 minutes I'm not really profitable. So obviously had I waited after the first 5 minutes to see what the price action was going to do, I would have made a significant amount of money had I just even taken 100 shares on YNDX and just rode that momentum down, or even SES. I would have saved this $14 had I not taken that trade, waited for the consolidation, and then took the trade. Well, I mean, who isn't to say that I would have taken this trade right here? But I try not to take trades far away from moving averages, so when we got like a lot of traffic here. But it is what it is. So I feel like I ended the week pretty well. So 87.31 did pretty good. So Monday we're gonna come back strong. So, yeah, y'all have a good weekend. See y'all in the next one.